having some really weird dreams lately, maybe feeling the urge to wrap up old cycles or kind of do something drastic that you've been wanting to do for a long time, like, I don't know, chop off your butt length hair to your shoulders? Well, if you have, you're not alone. We have a new moon in Pisces coming up this week, my friends, and I'm going to tell you all about it. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha. This is a tarot reading, and what you need to know for the new moon in Pisces is coming up on February 27th. I'm a Pisces Sun and Pisces Venus, so allow me to guide you through this. Actually, you know, this new moon and this week is kind of like a reprieve from the chaos of the astrology we just had and the ultra chaos of the astrology that we're going to have very shortly, which I will tell you about. This is for the collective. I set the intention that this finds who needs to hear it, who needs to see it. So if you made it here, hello, hi, welcome. I put out full free yoga classes and tarot readings for every new moon and full moon here on my channel for free. I also have a membership here where we do live yoga, live tarot, live astrology, live new moon and full moon workshops. Yeah, I kind of do it all. So if you like witchcraft wellness, a little bit of everything in between, a little bit of spooky vibes. We got the vampire ambience on the background. That's my dog Jack. He's wearing a ghost face sweater and I'm wearing a vintage Phantom of the Opera sweater that I found at the Salem flea market from the 80s. So, you know, if that's your vibe, stick around, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm going to tell you about the astrology, and then we're going to get into the tarot as well and see what the energy is for this new moon in Pisces. Now, we know new moons are about manifesting. It's a new moon cycle. It's about setting goals, setting intentions, and obviously it's in Pisces. And Pisces, again, speaking as a Pisces, you know, we are the last sign on the astrological wheel. This Pisces season is the end of the astrological year. I have to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm recovering still from the flu. I had the flu like 2.5 weeks ago and it's still like in my system and I still have this like old man cough. It's fine. But yeah, Pisces, we are the last sign on the astrological wheel. That's why I said, you know, you might be feeling this urge to like wrap up old cycles. Things just might be wrapping up around you. This is a time where we do find a lot of kind of manifestations coming through because, you know, the cycle is ending or the universe is trying to wrap things up. And also, we have currently right now Venus in Aries, and Venus is our planet of beauty and attraction and love and like physical appearance in Aries, which is like the youngest, most spontaneous, fiery fire sign. So that's why if you've been maybe feeling the need to make those kind of drastic decisions in love, beauty, physical appearance, like again, if you are old here, you don't know this, but if you're new, if you're new here, you don't know this, if you're old here, you do. I used to have literally hair down to my butt. I had like long silver hair down to my butt. It was extensions, to be fair. And that was, my hair has been my security blanket for a really long time. And I just had my extensions taken out and my natural hair was kind of like, I don't know, like, you know, down to my chest. And I was like, you know what? Just very spontaneous. I was like, it's time for a change. So I cut all my hair off and I'm still like, but I like the way it looks, but I'm still a little like, it's weird. It's weird. It's different. But that's kind of what the vibe has been, almost like making different choices, and doing kind of things a little bit differently, trying out new things with that Venus and Aries energy. And then also we just had like the most intense Mars retrograde ever, and it wavered between Leo and Cancer. And Mars is our planet of action and aggression and sex and fighting and drive, and it was in Cancer. It was a Mars retrograde in Cancer. So Mars already feels weird in Cancer because Cancer is like that soft sweet water vibe, and Mars obviously again is our very aggressive planet that's ruled by Aries. And so it was this Mars retrograde in Cancer. It just ended on February 23rd, and if you notice that there was just things, it felt like you were like trudging through peanut butter, I imagine in my head, because obviously I'm a giant horror movie fan. The scene in Nightmare on Elm Street where Nancy is trying to run up the stairs and it turns into like, it's actually pancake batter, like the stairs get all melty and she like can't move through it. If you've been feeling like that recently, it's probably that Mars retrograde. You know, a lot of passive aggressiveness, a lot of just people acting really weird, like fighting, but not in like a really direct fighting type of way. Very, again, like passive aggressive, but it's over now. Mars retrograde ended as of February 23rd. And then we have this little break. We have this little break with this new moon in Pisces, before we get Venus retrograde in Aries and Pisces. That starts, in Aries. That starts on March 2nd. And then we have Mercury retrograde in Aries and Pisces starting on March 15th. And then we also have a total blood moon lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 14th. So the March astrology is So this week, with this new moon in Pisces, is a reprieve. It is a little break. This new moon in Pisces especially is kind of a really lovely energy. The Two of Cups is already like lurking at the bottom of the deck, and that's honestly kind of the vibe. You know, Cups is emotions, it's water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and the Two of Cups is a very like fun, flirty energy. It's new conversations, meeting new people, having some fun, you know, and just kind of taking a break. And that's the vibe of this week with this new moon in Pisces. Again, Pisces, we will rule dreams. So you're probably having some really wild dreams right now. As a Pisces, I always have wild dreams, and they have been even wilder. And I'm like, what is happening? You're gonna probably experience a lot of deja vu, like moments where you're like, did I dream this? Is this deja vu? Am I losing it? The answer to all three is yes. And this new moon in Pisces would be a really great time to get your spell work in. Unless you like working with chaos energy and a little bit of chaos magic, I would not recommend doing spell work during retrograde and eclipse season. This new moon in Pisces is kind of like your last chance. Again, unless you like working with a bit of chaos energy, and sometimes, you know, we need a little chaos in our lives. But if you'd rather not, use this new moon in Pisces to do your spell work, do your manifestations, especially around your dreams. Again, Pisces rules dreams. Those big, fantastical dreams that you have. I like to say it's time in Pisces season to be diabolically delusional. That's kind of my whole vibe, and that's probably because I'm a Pisces sun, Leo moon, Sagittarius rising. It's like the delusion, but also with heavy fire. Diabolical delusion. Go be delusional. I'm giving you permission. Hello. Hi, I'm a Pisces. Go be delusional. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Go do something that is in alignment with your biggest dreams, like the really crazy ones that you're like, this is absolutely insane. I want you to go do something about it, and take it from someone who's done really crazy things. You know, it's so weird to think about. I picked up my whole life and I moved like 2,500 miles across the country from Las Vegas, Nevada to Salem, Massachusetts. And now I'm a witch living in Salem, hosting witchcraft and wellness retreats, just doing my thing. It's crazy. I'm living my dream, and it's so weird, and I encourage you to go do something that will lead you to that point of living your dream. So that's pretty much the energy. Let me check my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything, or manifest your dreams. The Pisces in the tarot is ruled by the moon card. Pisces in the body actually rules our feet, which I think is really interesting, and the pineal gland, which is our gland that produces melatonin, which is what makes us dream. So Pisces, it's also known as the third eye gland. Pisces rules the third eye chakra, that gland that produces melatonin, and also the feet. So it's like Pisces is ruling our dreams and that kind of third eye astral realm energy, and also the feet, which grounds us in reality. Yeah, I think I wrote gateway to eclipse season. That's kind of what this new moon in Pisces is, because this new moon is starting this moon cycle where we have an eclipse. So this is kind of the beginning of it. I'm telling you, this is your last chance to kind of really use that direct manifestation energy before things just go off the rails. So don't say I didn't warn you. Now let's get into the tarot of it all. What's going on for this new moon in Pisces for this week, this little break that we have from the chaos? What do we need to know? Also, side note, because I'm a Pisces and it is my birthday on March 16th, I am going to be running a special. I do this once a year. It's kind of like my annual birthday sale. I do have courses, witchcraft and wellness courses. I have a 30-day witchcraft and wellness challenge ebook. If you're looking to start your journey into witchcraft, I have a moon phase guided journal if you want to learn more about astrology and the phases of the moon. And I also have a ton of courses. I have courses on how to do headstands and like yoga. I have yoga classes for all of the chakras. I have a full course that teaches you how to read the tarot and also has a yoga class for every tarot card. So many courses. My full course bundle, my witchcraft and wellness bundle, is going to be half off for the month of March as a little birthday special. It's the cheapest that you can get it. It's like literally everything I offer in one bundle for like super cheap. So the link for that will be in the description box below. Again, it will be on sale for the whole month of March for my birthday. And look, would you look at that? Would you just look at it? We are already seeing the Pisces energy come through with the Queen of Cups. I do feel like the Queen of Cups is also very, I mean, it's all water energy, but I do really relate her to like Cancer energy, but she can also be Pisces. But it's the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water. Look at her. She has her seashell. She has the seahorses. She's like mermaid energy, very Piscean. But the Queen of Cups is the Queen of emotions, the Queen of Water. And like, I feel like, you know, it's a very, again, like mermaid, like flowy, intuitive energy. And she's coming out with the Magician, which we love to see. And also this deck that I'm using is called the Ethereal Visions Tarot. And it has two extra cards that aren't in other tarot decks. And this one is the Artist. And you can literally see it's somebody kind of looking through this portal and painting, you know, and creating. And then again, we have the Magician, who is the alchemizer, who is the, like, get her done, the manifester of the tarot. The Magician traditionally has all the suits. I have them tattooed on my fingers, the pentacles, the cups, the wands, and the swords. Has all of those things on their table so they can manifest and get stuff done with them. The Magician is, you have all the tools you need, you just gotta go do it. What did I say? Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. You have everything you need. You have the kind of emotional stability and the emotional maturity, and like, you know, you're working on, I think, filling your cup with that Queen of Cups. And we also have the Vision, right? This honestly is a very Piscean card. It's like the delusion, right? It's the daydreaming, the visualizing that big dream that we're like trying to create. But I think that maybe we feel like there is a blockage there of like bringing it into reality. And the Magician here is telling us to like, go do it, go create it. You know, the Queen of Cups is, again, the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Love. She has worked very hard to have. You can see she has that like golden chalice. And this one's really interesting. There's also like a bowl full of water. You know, she's worked really hard for that cup. She's not about to share it with just anybody. But it also kind of tells me that, you know, whatever this dream is that we're trying to manifest, whatever this vision is, it's very connected to our heart. It's very connected to our emotions. Like, we love it. You know, I always say, like, the thing is when you genuinely go for like what you love or what you want, it pays off in the end. And this, I take it from someone. I quit my full-time job working in like corporate retail in 2018 and pursued this full-time, and it's paid off tenfold. And there's been moments where it's gotten very difficult, where I wasn't sure if my business would survive. You know, in 2022, I think I almost filed for bankruptcy. Like, you know, there's been times, I think people on social media just see like the success of it all, and I'm like, it's been rough. But because I love it so much, and I'm genuinely moving from a place of love, and again, that like cups energy, you know, it pays off in the end. And I just realized the Five of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. And this is grief. This is loss. This is, look at how sad this person is. The Five of Cups has been my stalker card for a really long time, because I have gone through a lot of loss and a lot of grief in my life. But combined with these really lovely cards, and the Magician kind of being the alchemizer, and alchemy and transmutation is like taking one thing and transmuting it into another. And it's really, I think, taking grief and the hard things that we've been through and really transmuting it into something beautiful. You know, I'm gonna trigger warning this for like death and stuff. I lost my dad in 2017, and it was, you know, I was 25 years old. He passed very traumatically and very suddenly, and I had to deal with that at 25 and go through some things that, you know, I wouldn't want anybody to go through. But him dying changed my life. Again, by 2018, I had quit my full-time job. I moved across the country. I got divorced. I changed my whole life, because I was like, I'm not happy, and I want to be happy, and I want to move from a place of love, and life is short. So I took that grief, and I took that trauma and that, you know, thing that happened, and I kind of turned it into something. Even, you know, obviously I wished it hadn't happened, but it was kind of the cataclysm of my life that really changed it. So, you know, we're getting deep. It's the Pisces energy. We get really deep. You know, Pisces is like, I made the reference on one of my TikToks that Pisces is like that anglerfish that like swam up to the surface from the depths of the sea and came up. That's Pisces energy. Pisces is the subconscious. It's that stuff that's so deep down inside you might not even know it's there. It's all coming to the surface now. The things that, you know, that have been pushed really far deep down are going to start to come up as we start to wrap up this astrological year and tap into that Pisces energy. You know, well, I'm throwing cards now. Who is this? Five of Wands just came flying out. The chaos to come, I would say, of all these retrogrades and eclipse season coming. Very kind of also that Mars retrograde energy, the Five of Wands. But we still do have Venus and Aries, even though it's not retrograde yet. We're in the shadow period. A little bit of fire, a little bit of chaos. Just look who's at the bottom of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles, in the face of chaos, in the face of things kind of, people around you maybe being a little chaotic. Slow and steady wins the race. Stick to your guns. Knight of Pentacles. Maybe you're not moving as fast as you want to be. You're not moving as fast as everybody else around you. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but this is literally the tortoise and the hare. It's that age-old story of like slow and steady wins the race versus like I want to go fast and like I'm the best and I can beat them all just because I'm so fast. No. Slow and steady wins the race. Even though, you know, we want to go fast, sometimes that's not the best. And believe me, I'm like, all my fire behind all my delusional Pisces energy is like, we want it now. Ah! And then I'm like, calm down. Relax. We don't have to have it all now. It's fine. Slow and steady wins the race, my friends. We'll just get a couple more from this deck. What else do we need to know for this new moon in Pisces? Man, I just keep throwing the dang cards. I knew the Hanged Man was going to show up at the bottom of the deck. Who are you? Who just fell out? The Ten of Wands. Yes. We might be feeling, and again, like I said, the Hanged Man is at the bottom of the deck. This is also Pisces energy. Stuck. Being stuck. But you're stuck for a reason. Because we might be a little burned out. We maybe need to recover from the burnout before we can move forward. And I'm calling myself out with that one. You know, the Hanged Man is, again, he's literally stuck upside down. He's like trapped. And the only way he's going to get out of this situation is to surrender. And I actually wanted to say that this was something I was thinking about before I started to film, was Pisces is, again, we're the last step on the astrological wheel. It's also, again, that last step in the manifestation journey. What's the last step in the manifestation journey? When we've done our work, we've done our spell work, we've actually put in the physical work, you have to take action with manifestation. You actually have to go and do stuff. You can't just like hope that things happen, right? You can do your scripting and you can do your affirmations, you can do your spell work, but at the end of the day, you have to take action. The last step, though, after you've done all the really intense manifestation stuff, is surrender. Is just acknowledging that you might be a little stuck. We've already put in all that hard work. Ten of Wands, he's carrying up all these sticks up a hill to his house, but it's the end. The last step is the letting go, is a surrender, is being like, I say this all the time. Patrick and SpongeBob, when he's like, there's trapped in Sandy's thing and it's winter and he's like, open sesame, and then it doesn't open. He's like, well, I've done all I can do. Like, that's what we have to do. We have to be like, well, if you know in your heart that you've done everything, maybe you just need to kick back and let the manifestations come through, you know? All right. All that being said, we are going to clarify with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Tarot because, I don't know, I feel like I just wanted to do something different. I have a bunch of fandom decks, and honestly, the Buffy one is literally the best one I have. I have the Supernatural deck, I have the Good Omens deck, I have a Star Wars deck, I have all these decks, but the Buffy one to me is the most accurate. Like, the characters that they use are just the best, and I love this because at the bottom of the deck, we already have the World, which is the ending of the cycle. It's the closing of the portal. The tarot starts with the Fool and ends with the World. And I just noticed that right behind that is the Five of Cups again. And this is when Buffy has to go take that job. What is the place called? That chicken place? I forgot. But she has to go take that job because she has no other choice. And it's like the Slayer has to have a day job and she's miserable. But the World is right on top of that. And it's like we're kind of closing that cycle, that grief cycle. And you know what's very interesting, just a side note, the Venus retrograde that we're about to enter with Venus and Aries going retrograde is the same astrology that we had in 2017. Again, like I said earlier, that's when my dad passed away. And so think about what was happening in your life in like spring of summer of 2017, because that cycle is kind of like we're making it to the end and there and back again. You know, this kind of cycle is excuse me, coming to an end. So, all right. What else do we need to know for this new moon in Pisces? Help us, Buffy. Also, if you guys seen, there's going to be a Buffy remake. I'm like, Sarah Michelle Gellar is in. So, like, hoping for the best. But, you know. I'm wary about remakes, especially when it's something so near and dear to my heart. All right. Can't make it up. Y'all just saw me shuffle right back to the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And the Queen of Cups. And I think it's so interesting. It's, what's her name? The Vengeance Demon that's like friends with Anya. Halfrek, I think is her name. I think that's so funny. And like, she's a vengeance demon. Like, we love to see it. But the Queen of Cups, again, she has her golden chalice and she's not about to let anybody take it from her. I think it's really interesting, the choice of that character as the Queen of Cups. And also, if you are, like, I'm a giant Buffy nerd. Buffy was like one of the first things that got me into vampires. In the episode with Halfrek, she is summoned because Dawn made a manifestation that it was like they all got trapped in a house together because Dawn just wanted, like, she needed to be taken care of because Dawn is like the most annoying character ever. But they all get like trapped in Buffy's house and they like can't physically leave, and it's because of Halfrek, and Dawn's vengeance was like trapping them all in a house together. But it's the Queen of Cups. It's the Queen of Emotions. Again, she's not about to give that golden chalice, the love, the thing that she worked very hard for, to anyone. And she's vibing. She's living her best life as a vengeance demon, right? Her cup is full and we love to see it. King of Stakes, King of Wands. It's Xander, which I think is kind of weird. It's like Apocalypse Xander. But the King of Wands, the King of Fire. Again, we have that Aries and Venus energy. The King of Wands, the King of Stakes in this deck, is a leader, is an entrepreneur, is passionate, follows the passion and the creativity. And there's the Queen of Wands right behind it. Who is this? That's not Faith. I don't know. It's like nondescript, blonde or dark-haired slayer. I don't know. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So we do have a pairing here, the King and Queen of Fire. And the most important thing, and I love how they have the sunflower still in the Queen of Wands. That's one of her symbols. Both of these cards, you know, Wands is fire, passion, creativity, doing what you love. Like I said, moving from a place of passion and the heart space. Both the King and Queen of Wands don't care about what other people think of them. They also both take risks. It's both the masculine and the feminine of that energy here. They're protected from the fire. Now I'm going to start singing the Buffy the Vampire Slayer musical. That song, Walk Through the Fire, I just shared it on my stories on Instagram. But I shared that screen cap where she says, I will walk through the fire because where else can I turn? Sometimes you just got to walk through the fire, my dudes, to get through, to get to the Ace of Cups, to get to the water, to get to the love, to put out that fire, you know? The Ace of Cups, that's Pisces energy right there. Sometimes we have to go through it to get to the other side, to get to the relief, the reprieve, again, that's kind of what this new moon in Pisces is that like breath of fresh air, that like taking a sip of like ice cold water, you know, like in the middle of the night when you like wake up and you're like, I'm so thirsty, and you like, your water's like nice and cold. That's kind of like what this is feeling like. The Six of Scythes, the Six of Swords, moving on, getting in your boat, and like traditionally the Six of Swords is like literally someone getting in a boat and going off to a new place, letting go, moving on from, again, that grief, that Five of Cups. The Hierophant, of course, is Giles. Why? Of course. This is Taurus energy. And think about who Giles is, right? The watcher, the guide, the teacher, very grounded, again, kind of. The Hierophant is that Taurus energy. It's the bridge between the heavens and the earth that kind of grounds us back into reality, like bringing those things back down to earth. Ten of Swords. Well, I'm not gonna end with the Ten of Swords. And the Four of Pentacles. I'm like, wow, we were having such a good reading, and now it's like, And there's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And it's the Slayer that Spike took his trench coat from, like on the subway. All right, so if you're feeling a little, perhaps, betrayed, perhaps like you have 10 swords through you, because look, in capitalism and fascism, we're all kind of feeling this sort of way. We've all been through stuff. We have been holding things very close to the belt. Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles is like a stingy, very frugal, scarcity. Scarcity is the word I was looking for. Because of perhaps the traumas and the betrayals and the things that we've gone through, we play things safe. We keep things very close to the belt. We hug in our pentacles and we're like, no, I'm not gonna let anybody take this. I'm been far too hurt in the past. We got to not put yourself out there. It's a energy of like subtle risk taking with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is resourceful. She's grateful. She is the Queen of Abundance in the home and the hearth and the earth. It's like a very subtle, I don't know the best way to put it. It's a very like, she, again, with the Magician that we had at the beginning of the reading, you have all the tools that you need. You don't have to, because the Four of Pentacles, again, is a kind of frugal, like, you don't want to take risks. You don't want to, like, you know, lose. Again, it's scarcity. Instead of moving from a scarcity mindset of being like, well, I can't spend this, or I can't, like, waste time on that, or I can't take these risks, look around at what you already have and use those resources that you have to manifest your dreams. You can do a lot with what you already got. I've said it before, I film all my videos on my iPhone. I'm using like a $20 tripod that I got on Amazon, and that's how I built like my whole business and my whole career, is that's how I film things. I don't have like a big fancy camera. I was resourceful and just did it. I just took the risk with what I already had, and it paid off. So on that note, we're gonna close this with the Moonology Oracle deck. I love this deck because if you've been here for a while, every time I use it, and we'll see if it happens again, it has all the new moons and full moons in here, and it'll always give me the whatever moon that we're talking about. It's so magical. So I'm like, will the new moon in Pisces card come out? We'll see. But it's just a good oracle deck to kind of wrap up the vibes. Jack is just stretching over there. He's so stinky. Being such a good boy. Just chilling. Jack-a-boney. He's like, no, leave me alone. All right. Final messages for the new moon in Pisces. New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change for sure. Even though this isn't our new moon eclipse, that's actually the next new moon. It's coming. Change is coming. Eclipses are just portals that put us where we need to be. So you do your manifestation now. Come the next new moon, when we're deep in eclipse season, things are going to be happening. New moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than to take, for sure. That's very Queen of Pentacles. It's very Piscean. It's a very generous energy, you know, sharing. Be bold and make the first move, cardinal move. Definitely, under the new moon in Pisces, go be bold. Go. My horoscope today said talk back, and I'm like, it's hard. It's hard to like, that's like the one thing I struggle with is like, even though I'm a lot of fire, my Pisces is like, no, do not perceive me. Be bold and make the first move. There's something you want, go get it. Sometimes that's all it takes. That's like the bare minimum of the manifestation, is just going and doing it. What do you need to release? Waning moon. Even though I don't, you know, new moons generally aren't about releasing, I do think with the Pisces energy wrapping up the astrological year, we can definitely focus on some releasing. Let's get one more. No new moon in Pisces card this time, my friends. But the energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. Yeah, I think, you know, we're kind of in the thick of it. We're in the, like, again, this little brief break with this new moon in Pisces, where the astrology is kind of chiller, and then but it's gaining momentum, right? The energy is going to gain momentum, and we're going to see the change is going to be again during those eclipses, when we're going to see it really, like, eclipses or portals that put us where we need to be. It's going to just kind of happen. But do the work now. Do the work this week when things are not crazy. Okay? Trust me. But that's all I got for this new moon in Pisces reading, my friends. I hope that it resonated. Please let me know if it did in the comments. Again, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this. Again, my course bundle is half off if you want to get started on your witchcraft and wellness journey. You want to learn, you want to do yoga. You know, if you've been doing yoga here on my channel, the yoga in the courses is a little bit more intense. If you're like, I want to take the next step on my yoga journey, maybe you want to learn how to do headstands and arm balances and things. Maybe you just want to dive deep into your witchcraft and astrology journey. If you want to learn the tarot, there's an entire course on tarot. It comes with ebooks, it comes with courses, it comes with literally everything. It is half off. And again, I have a membership here on YouTube as well. I also host witchcraft and wellness retreats. All my Salem retreats are sold out, but I do still have New Orleans if you want to come with me and be a vampire in New Orleans next March. I still have spots available for that. And I think that's it. And I'll also have a full free yoga class for this new moon in Pisces here on my channel as well, all levels friendly. But I hope you guys have a wonderful new moon from a Pisces. Enjoy, because things are going to get crazy from here. So have a wonderful new moon, and I'll see you next time.